Всем привет, друзья! С вами канал Open Souls. Хотел сегодня запустить хант, но что-то у меня не через сервер, не через просто комп. Хант не хочет работать. Лагает, тормозит, просто жесть как, поэтому не хочет работать, ну и хрен с ним. Пойдемте тогда в Грааль. Не хотел, конечно, я сегодня что-то другого, кроме ханта, но хант прям упорно не хочет сегодня меня радовать стабильной работой, поэтому, ну, что же поделать. Не хочет, не хочет. Заставлять не будем. ладно, погнали. Надеемся, что сегодня хотя бы Grail поработает нормальными настроечками. Да. Что-то как-то сегодня не ожидал такой подставы. Ну, сюда, по сути дела, то что, лутаться пришел? Ну, в принципе, да. Ну, вроде как практически все залутали, да? Погнали туда тогда. Продадим все лишнее. Парняга спит. Мать, принимай товар. Весимится такая броня. Рыцарский шлем, да, есть. Короче, нужно все лишнее выкинуть.
Always good to have a little rest.
Ну, уже как бы место освободилось немало. Ой, я еще тут далеко топил. Да, к этому друиду мы уже давненько обращаемся с этими советами.
Oh, did you do it yet? And you followed the instructions? Didn't omit a thing? That's impossible. There wasn't even any spell work involved. It should have been perfectly harmless. God's damned southern druids. I dread to think what they were doing in that place. Don't worry, it's probably nothing a good cleansing can't fix. I guess I could, but what's in it for me? Now you're talking, but if you don't mind, I'll take my payment up front. Splendid. Meet me at the Cromlech. I will need your assistance with the ritual.
Ну, с Кромлихом так с Кромлихом. Вся моя еда, собственно, Хоть она... А, или я иду не выкидываю. Нет, я вроде все ингредиенты выложил. Большую часть квестов я сделал. Ну, видимо, нам нужен туда телепорт. Алхимией мы тоже можем заниматься без проблем. Ладно.
Earth beneath me, sustaining all life. Air around me, inspiring all life. Fire above me, infusing all life. Water within me, soothing all life. Bring deep peace to this sick.
You have no right to be here. Do you really think you can cleanse the great Cromlech with your filthy soul? Pathetic.
Who do you think you are? My soul will do just fine, arrogant wretch.
You'd know a thing or two about arrogance, wouldn't you, Dressed? I see you haven't changed one bit.
Knowing my name doesn't give you any right to claim familiarity with me.
Oh, I know more than just your name. After all, you once called me your little sprout. I was only a child when you left, but I remember you well. I remember the pain and sadness you caused. I even tried writing to you, begging you to come back, hoping it would make everything better. How stupid I was.
Iona, is it really you? The god. What have you done to yourself?
Me? What have I done to myself? No, this is all your fault. And you shouldn't put any faith in this one, unless you want to be stabbed in the back. It's just what he does. He ruins things. My life, my mother's life, for whom we're all just a means to an end. How on earth did you, of all people, escape the Child Conclave? Why did it have to be you, you worthless traitor?
No matter what you think of me, I will not apologize for surviving.
You bloody well should. He killed my mother. He used her, stole her knowledge, and then made her into a showpiece for him and his druid friends to gossip about. And as if that weren't enough, he brought the Red Priests to our home.
That's nonsense. I would never.
Nonsense? And how do you think they found us? The druids wanted nothing to do with my mother until you came along. She was a Bandrui, one of the few women in history who completed the druidic rite of passage. But instead of being celebrated, she was vilified. The other druids detested her for merely existing. She led a very lonely life, until Drast came along. He was the first one to approach her as a fellow druid, curious about her achievements. Except that was also a damn lie.
It wasn't. I swear it wasn't. I just wanted to meet her.
Shut up! Stop lying! I wanted to be like my mother. To stop feeling so helpless. But I failed the ritual. I was too angry, too desperate, and too focused on getting revenge on my so-called stepfather. It quickly overwhelmed me. I ended up like this.
Foolish girl. Your mother was exceptional. Just because you're her daughter doesn't mean you could succeed.
If only you were there so I could ask you. But you weren't, because you left us. What difference does it make? My mother was special, and he was a nobody. The bastard pretended to love her, and then just left, discarded us both like we meant nothing. Mother was heartbroken, even more so when she found out that her beloved made a name for himself at her expense. When the Red Priests came, she didn't even put up a fight. Sadly, it does, but there's a different way to do it. I managed to salvage some of my mother's work about the rite of passage. She believed that a failed ritual could be completed with a human sacrifice. A life for a life.
Don't do this, Iona. It will ruin you. Please, you can't let her. There must be something else that can be done.
Oh, you care now. Pathetic. You can stop pretending, Drast. We both know it's not me you're worried about. I don't mean you. Drast should pay. I want justice for me and for my mother. I want him to pay for his crimes. It's a fair trade, isn't it? Fine. Then I'll do it myself. I need these stones drenched with blood. His or yours, it makes no difference. I will be free again.
Ни хрена я ее откинул.
everything Iona told you, you still stood by me. Why? Most of it, yes. I am not proud of what I've done, but I never thought the consequences would be so dire. Sorsha, Iona's mother, was a marvel. A true rarity in our lifetime. Female druids are a fascinating subject. Yet in most druidic circles, they were treated like nature's mistakes instead of our rightful sisters. I wanted to be different. Wanted to approach her like an equal, and maybe understand how she'd managed to become one of us. Sasha was happy to finally meet a fellow druid who didn't look at her with disgust. She'd accumulated a vast amount of knowledge, and she shared it with me. Delighted to have someone to discuss things with. We grew close, became lovers. I even tried to be something of a father figure for Iona, although I always felt like she never fully trusted me. Clever girl, my little sprout. Because I realised I was growing complacent. A family, a house, a wee garden. That wasn't what I was meant for. I was supposed to be pursuing knowledge, proving to everyone how wrong they were about everything. But I couldn't face Sasha and admit to it all. So I just left. As for what happened afterwards, I just wanted to share my discoveries with the others. But somehow it made Sasha even less of a person in their eyes. No, I didn't. After the charged conclave, the world became a terrifying place. All I cared about was my own survival. I didn't even spare a thought for Sasha and Iona. I don't want to talk about it anymore, please. A dryad. A phenomenon that occurs when a female candidate doesn't complete the rite of passage. As you saw, they are extremely powerful. Yet, they are cursed to remain more or less tied to the site of the ritual. I can't help but wonder if the solution Iona discovered would have worked as she claimed. It's not ideal, obviously, but it would still have been a breakthrough. But did it have to end like this? I'm sorry, but if you don't mind, I'd like to be left alone now.
Не все хорошо закончилось. Сомневаюсь. Там у нас еще довольно-таки большой участок карты. Ну, раз здесь у нас был отряд с рыцарями из Камелота, могу предложить, что Камелот находится как раз таки именно там. В принципе, практически все доступные квесты мы закончили. Так что скоро, наверное, примемся за сюжетку.
I figured it out! I figured it out! The mistletoe! Oh, how could I have been so blind this whole time? It's obvious, don't you see? They weren't laughing at me, do you see? They were telling me to embrace the part that I play in the world. The part that we all play in the world. Listen, mistletoe was their sacred plant, right? We know it's a parasite, and in extreme situations, can even kill the tree on which it grows. Why would you worship a parasite? I finally got it. They realized that if everything goes well, it has minimal effect on the tree. Sometimes it's even able to give something back. Even better, it's evergreen, so birds can feed off it in winter. And even though it's poisonous to humans, druids were able to make medicine out of its fruits. Do you see? It's so obvious that it's no wonder the answer eluded us all. It's not about the mystical arts, the scrolls, or the rituals. That's all smoke and mirrors. It's about observing nature and drawing the right conclusions. Mistletoe feeds off the tree, but it doesn't just take. It gives back, just like we all do. We always take from something. The trick is to give back more than we take. That's meant to be our role in the world. Yes, it's about understanding our place in the world as parasites, but useful ones. There's no more knowledge to gain besides what's already here. The trick is, we need to learn to see it. Ah, this is my new quest. Thank you for initiating this discovery. There goes another chance to join the guild. I really thought that scroll would be my way in. Instead, it just caused a mess I couldn't even clean up myself. Anyway, what happened back there? The Alchemists Guild, of course. Though it's more of a secret society than an actual guild. And I probably shouldn't be telling you this. But who cares? Taranis is probably right. I'm just not cut out for it. They'll never recruit me, so why bother trying? Apparently I don't challenge myself enough. And maybe they're not wrong. The thing is, the keep isn't always like this. We're not trapped inside these walls all the time. Yes, you have to sacrifice things like having a family. But the other limitations, we create those ourselves. Just look at Marg, our hunter. Even now, he comes and goes as he pleases. What I'm trying to say is that maybe I should accept the truth. I prefer staying inside these walls. I wish I could be more, but I also need to feel safe. I've been in contact with the guild since my time in Camelot. They promised me that if someone ever came to the south, they'd reach out. Taranis showed up with the Dalriata, and I managed to meet him just before the captain ordered the lockdown. Let's just say he wasn't exactly impressed with anything I had to show. That's kind of you to say, but honestly, he was right. I do love experimenting with potions, but everything I make is so mundane. Useful, sure, but it lacks that certain spark. No, of course not. Well, technically, look, it's not that simple. The guild operates beyond the petty divisions on Avalon. It doesn't matter if you're Dalriata or Camelotian. We, I mean they, are united by one goal, the understanding and betterment of life itself. With the rest of the Dalriata? I'm not sure. He did mention coming here to hunt some creature, but I was too busy wallowing in self-pity to listen properly. Oh, now that's just fantastic. Another discovery slipped right through my fingers. I guess I'm doomed to stay here, curing hangovers for the rest of my days. Maybe I'll finally be able to unwind a little. And there's still the mistletoe. I think it has a meaning, and I might be getting closer to grasping it. The Alchemists Guild, of course. Though it's more of a secret, but who cares? Now that's... all right, fine. That's not entirely unfounded, but still, it's a bit...
Ой.
You lost or what?
Nothing ever happens.
Idle hands make dull.
Ну, утопцы для меня это не проблема. Ага. Ну, это и есть та маленькая пещерка, в которую я пошел. Окей. Ах. Ну, сами заклинания, получается, надо. Интересно. Морская пипяка, значит. Статуя кажется довольно-таки большой. Ну вот типа в начало вернулись. Окей.
See you around, I guess.
Ничего нового, да?
look who's here. Has the destiny of the South graced my humble abode? You just killed a knight of the Round Table, and you have no questions about what it was for. I mean, really? Because sometimes the best defense is a good offense. We were backed into a corner, eh? It were us or him. First off, he represented Camelot, and we're done with their influence, no more of their wars. Second, after the massacre of One Eye's tribe, his death was convenient for both of us. And when the tribes finally unite and come down from the mountains, there's a chance they might leave us alone. Third, he figured me out. He knew what I'd discovered and he wanted to stop me. And trust me, what I found is going to change the South's history. Proof that Camelot is rotten to the core, and that allying with the tribes is the right choice. I didn't plan to tell you, but my one-eyed friend convinced me. Since you took down Galahad, you deserve to know. As a reward for your help, I'll share this secret with you. You don't have to if you don't want to. You're free to go. But I can tell you care about the fate of the South. And this is the greatest secret you could uncover. Here, take this seal. In the sunken village, you'll find the entrance to Sewell's crypt. Everyone knows the story of how the evil druid sealed and flooded the place. It's true. At least part of it. But the real story is why they sealed and flooded it. One Eye broke the old seals and replaced them with his own. If you want to see what Camelot was so desperate to hide, you'll find your answers there. They thought drowning a village would keep it secret. Behind the statue, you'll find where to use the seal. Once you do, you'll see that history is very different from what we've been telling ourselves. If that doesn't convince you that Camelot's foundations are more crap-coloured than tinged with ivory, then nothing will. I won't tell you anything more. I'd hate to spoil the surprise. I'll catch up with you later, and we'll talk. I'm sure you'll understand exactly what I mean.
Ну, сходим, посмотрим, чего уж они там захотели. Какую правду нам раскрыть. Ugh.
How could I? It took place after my death, and I was not summoned back when it happened. Yet I believe they did what had to be done. If the Four-Dweller was a threat, one that could neither be questioned nor studied, then he had to die. You do not understand how dreadful these creatures are. Even with the weirdness weakened, they remain formidable foes. We cannot fault these people for defending themselves.
Эш. Давайте доложим сначала о последнем плавании.
If nothing happens soon, I'll start it myself.
Unbelievable. The book clearly described a figure like a menhir. Oh, no. I never thought it could be actual Fordweller. Probably one of the lost. Elvis never described him as a living, intelligent creature. More like a piece of furniture. So many years after the war, and the keepers treated him so callously. And there was so much we could have learned from him. Well, that doesn't change the fact that I was terribly wrong. I'd convinced myself that I would find what I was looking for on the Andraste. Oh, what a silly old goose I've turned out to be. Here, take these coins as a token of my gratitude. Although the knowledge you found is invaluable, you are a bright child. Who knows? Maybe you'll find a way to beat the weirdness.
За ужин, спасибо, мать.
Could you do something for me, child? I assure you it's nothing major, but you'd be doing an older woman a huge favor. It concerns my necklace. It was a gift from Lady Kincaid, so I hope you understand how precious it is to me. Unfortunately, the chain broke a while ago, so I gave it to Osbert to repair. He's the local blacksmith. I'm sure you already met him. Would you be so kind, child, and find out if my necklace has been repaired? If it has, please bring it back to me. I would be very grateful. Thank you, my child.
Ну ладно. Ну, подождем здесь. Да.
Sometimes it's nice to just sit and think. Oi, friend! What does the blacksmith say when someone compliments the armor he made? Thank you. It's my strong suit. So, how can I help you? Ah, that thing. Listen, my hands, they aren't made for delicate work. Elaine asked me very nicely, so I really wanted to help, but to be honest with you, I've neither the tools nor the skill for it, my friend. It's a task that requires precision. If I started tinkering with the necklace, I'd probably just break it even more. For a delicate thing like this, you don't want someone who hammers iron all day. You need someone who really knows how to work with gold. But where you could find someone like that around here, I couldn't tell you if you killed me. There are a couple of new faces in the village, so I guess you could ask around, but I doubt anything will come of it. Safe travels, my friend. Take the necklace and tell Elaine that I'm sorry I couldn't help. But if she ever needs to fix an axe or some plate armor, then you know what? Never mind. Don't tell her that.
Так, чувствую. Я влип с этим квестом, да?
Each day feels heavier.
Sometimes it seems like Cole reacts when I say his name.
Oh, hello there. You a beauty. Let's see. I just need to add a link here, bend the other one slightly, and then remove the patina from the whole thing. Sure, no problem. I'd love to take care of this. May I? Are you trying to offend me? Who do you think I am? It'll be in the best possible hands. It's done. Took me a while, but I polished it like it was King Arthur's chamber pot. So I think you should be satisfied. Thank you. I'm so happy I could finally do what I love.
Just passing through. I like it when things are quiet.
Oh, you're back, child. Did Osbert manage to repair my necklace? know any Ellis, child? Yet let me have a look. We'll see how diligent he is, Oh, marvelous. By the All-Mother, if I didn't know my necklace so well, I couldn't even tell it was ever broken. Masterful work. How much did he want for the repair? He didn't want any payment for such marvelous work? Oh, that child has a gift. And by the All-Mother, it should not be wasted. Oh, as usual, if I don't take care of this, nobody will. I'll write a letter of recommendation to the quartermaster to make Alice the blacksmith's apprentice. The boy can follow his passion, and I'm sure Osbrit could use some help. Here, take this to Quartermaster Fergus. He's a reasonable man. I don't see why he shouldn't agree. Oh, and here's the payment I promised for your trouble.
Ну ладно. Сделаем доброе дело. Надеюсь, что доброе. Попахивает каким-то налюбиловым. Как будто бы дамочка из Воронов. А парня они завербовали. Ну прям вот что-то такое. Слишком уж какая-то нашаристая. Это бабка.
Pass it to me, please. Yes, that can be arranged. Osbrit has been complaining about having too much work for a while now. If the boy's as good as Elaine claims he is, he'll do just fine.
Не туда.
Hope nothing bad happens today.
You serious? That calls for a celebration. Thank you so much. I mean, I guess I owe it to you, right? I know I did fine work on that necklace, but I didn't think it'd land me a job. I hope the keepers are prepared. Soon their swords and armor are gonna have some awesome decorations.
Неплохое ожерелье.
Still here, still breathing. I like it when things are quiet.
все. Ну, видимо, все. Да, так пишемся. Погнали сюда. Заодно раскидаем парочку водяных. Больно. Ушел. Не убивай, они заново все ресурсы.
I know this place. I remember it, although my memory is still clouded. was here with Merlin. We had a disagreement about something important. It was here that the idea of how to end the war with the Four Dwellers first took shape. But what happened next is still unclear. I don't remember. And yet, I know it had something to do with Seawall, a place of his eternal rest. But something is wrong. It doesn't feel like a tomb. Be cautious.
are not him. You are different. I am Sewell Firstfoot, the one who scouted the land before the traitor Arthur set foot on it. Yes, it is my legacy. The jewel of the South, the safe haven of honorable men. I've been here for so long, it doesn't matter anymore. The Dalriata promised me revenge. They understand what happened here. Everyone who comes here has the right to ask. I was the most loyal of Arthur's men. I was the first to go ashore and take on any danger that might arise in this new and unfamiliar land. Then came the war. I fought by his side, shielded him with my own body. I trusted him. But Arthur wanted more. Arthur longed to possess a power equal to that of our enemies. So Merlin decided our king must first become immortal. Only then could he achieve greatness. But Merlin needed volunteers. Trusted people to go first to make sure that his methods were effective. So we wouldn't risk Arthur's life in trying to grant him immortality. They thought I had died, so they buried me. Arthur's greed and Merlin's obsession made me what I am now. Arthur should have made sure. They thought I was dead, but I heard everything. I know there were others after me. I know that the king didn't hesitate to do anything to achieve his goal. He experimented on all the knights, abusing their oath. He told them it was for the greater good. Their lives, our lives, meant nothing to him. Arthur doomed his people to eternal suffering. Their names forgotten. Their loyalty abused. He sacrificed the lives of the noblest of men. And this is the greatest possible betrayal. We cannot be helped. We cannot be killed. The Dalriata promised to burn down Camelot, avenge the memory of all my brothers. Camelot was built on betrayal. People have the right to live in truth. But when Camelot falls, we will finally be free. Build a new world. Let the dead leave this one. Avenge us.
Даже интересно.
And? What do you think? Oh, they're just fools. Somebody made a stupid mistake in the past. Somebody else decided to cover it up. Somebody came up with traditions and stories to mask what was done. And for hundreds of years, fools were eating it up because the lies were easier to believe. Really, there's no point in invoking tradition any longer, because it's worth shit. The only thing that matters is safety and loyalty towards the one who can provide it. And honestly, I don't believe the ones running this entire circus will protect anyone but themselves. Well, now we've found ourselves in what I'd probably call a clusterfuck. And somehow, you unwittingly became the most important person in the region because your decision will change how the entire situation unfolds. You see, my boys from the Horns of the South are split down the middle. Some will back me, but others won't understand what I'm trying to do. The latter, like Feargas, are the traditionalists, and they know me a little bit too well. If I come to them with this revelation, They think it were a conspiracy. But if somebody from the outside, somebody Feargas trusts, steps in and convinces him, you see where I'm going with this? Ha! That's what I wanted to hear. I knew I could count on you. Go talk to Feargas, get him to visit this place. After you're done, please visit me in the shrine. I just hope Feargas shows some sense and doesn't let his pride take over.
Как ты проявишь это? Видимо, Артур не очень обрадуется. То, что мы попытаемся провернуть сейчас.
It was the most painful thing I heard. I didn't know. I had no idea this is what happened to him. There were other things that required my attention. We were losing the war. I was needed everywhere. I should have paid more attention to what Merlin was doing. I shouldn't have let go.
Теперь на Мерлин или варишь?
Oh, really? And here I thought the Horns of the South had no secrets left to hide from me. But go ahead. Surprise me. Have I ever mentioned I'm not a big fan of your sense of humor? Now, tell me what you really want, or walk away. In silence, preferably. This isn't funny. I'm no Galahad, burning people at the stake for heresy, but I don't appreciate this kind of behavior either. Still, judging by the look on your face, you actually believe you've stumbled onto something important. All right then. I'll go and check it out. See what's got you so worked up. It might even be nice to get out of here for a change. I saw what you wanted me to see. We need to talk. Honestly, I'm not sure what to think. Everything I believed has been seriously challenged. I need some time to get used to it. Why did you show this to me? Because it could be that I'd be better off not knowing. What they did to Seawall is unthinkable and absolutely unforgivable. What will the other keepers say? What will happen to the Horns of the South? And what about Camelot? Everything we believed was a lie. You're right. In the end, it doesn't matter what Camelot was back then. What matters is what we are now. And we did everything in our power to keep the South safe, and to keep our lighthouse on through every storm. But this will be the end of the Horns of the South. No young man will join our ranks when hundreds of years of our history are gurgling down the drain. Any ideas? It sounds better than the alternative. That we're a bunch of fools believing in children's fables of knightly honor, valor, and purity. And we'll have to give everyone some hope to cling to after the truth about Seawall comes out. All right. I assume Brandon put you up to this, so you can go and congratulate him. He won. I'll support this case, if only for the safety and well-being of our boys. I don't have to like it one bit, but I can try to make it easier for the garrison.
Ну, по факту, это у меня единственный квест, по-моему, который остался здесь.
Ah, you're back. So, what news do you bring? Did you talk to Feargas? Good. Just as I expected. I do feel for the boy. He really loved Camelot. Probably the last truly loyal keeper. But he had to know the truth. I knew his honor wouldn't let him hide it from the others in the Orns. Nicely done. Now, I'll get One Eye, and together we'll go to the Orns with the good news. Not everybody will be happy about it, but that's for me to deal with. Those who don't support us will be released from their oath, and I'll ensure they're safe until they leave the South. After that, whatever they choose to do is up to them. Brothers, today marks a new chapter in the history of the Horns of the South. Today, we put an end to fear and poverty. I understand your pain. I know you feel helpless in the face of the looming terror of the weirdness. Camelot has abandoned us, brothers. For years, they've given us no aid. All they do is take our resources, send us to senseless slaughter, and keep us in the dark. Camelot doesn't see us as equals. They've forgotten Seawall Firstfoot's legacy and the promise King Arthur made to us. We were meant to stand as equals. We were meant to be just as powerful as them. And all this time, do you know what they've done to the founder of the Horns of the South? For over 600 years, Seawall has been alive, forgotten by King Arthur and all of Camelot. You don't have to take my word for it. Seawall's tomb is open. Go and see for yourselves. I say, enough. Enough of being fed a rotten myth that turned out to be one great lie. We swore loyalty to the torturers of one of the noblest knights to ever walk Avalon. I say,
Зака, привет.
we will no longer honor an oath made to dishonorable people. We won't let ourselves be exploited any longer. But, my brothers, I bring news. Galahad the Pure, the same Galahad who threatened to burn half our garrison at the stake, is dead. Galahad's death is our chance to break free from Camelot. Enough lies. No more risking everything for those who only know how to take.
Вот он речь толкает.
You're probably wondering, how can we protect the South on our own? How can we defend ourselves when Camelot comes to reclaim their slaves? Yes, that's what we are to them. I know the lockdown of the fortress surprised you, and for that, I truly apologize, but it was necessary to keep you from attacking our new allies, the Del Rita tribes, led by One Eye.
I know, my brothers, I know. This must be a shock, especially since I didn't share my plans with you earlier. But hear me out. Thanks to this alliance between the Horns of the South and the Dalriada tribes, we are securing the safety of the South and our independence from Camelot.
The tribes will provide us with the military support our depleted ranks desperately need. The tribes will help us rid the South of the bandits who've plagued our people for years. Together, we'll share knowledge and resources to ensure a better future for all Southerners.
We will not drain your resources. In fact, we'll replenish your armories and fill your pantries. We'll stand together, fighting side by side to bring peace and order back to the South. In return, all we ask is your loyalty. If you see a brother from the Dalriada fight in the Camelotian, stand with our brother. That's all.
Of course, if anyone isn't in favor of this alliance, you have the right to leave the service. I declare a new era for the Horns of the South. Those who don't wish to help build this future are released from their oaths. To those who choose to stay, I promise a good life, and you won't face any more threats. Now, brothers, return to your duties and rest easy. The Horns of the South will endure, and soon we'll be stronger than ever before.
Ну, посмотрим. По факту, ввязываться с Камелотом, наверное, не очень хорошая идея. Чё, как дела, Кузака? Или ты уже убежал? Watson.
An honest matter. What do you need?
Я хочу стать хранителем. Мне нужен экскалибур. Хочу ли я стать хранителем?
Ah, right. See, the problem with Excalibur, or indeed any of King Arthur's blades, is that you need to prove you're worthy of wielding it. How are you supposed to do that? Hell knows. But if the pin that secured your entry to the Horns has led you here, I think I know what the one who gave it to you might have been thinking. You see, there are many different legends. According to one of them, there are a few places on Avalon where you can prove yourself worthy, whatever that means. And one of those places, as you can probably guess, is nearby. Have you seen the old gong in the sunken village? Well, many years ago, when people still went to the woods for a shit instead of using a privy, it was part of a certain ritual. Only the people who passed the ritual could become keepers. Eh? None of the living keepers were recruited that way, so we don't really know what happens during the ritual. That's why Galahad now appoints keepers and the captain chooses them. It's just safer that way. I only know that you need to sound the gong and then lie down to sleep at its base. If you wake up, I mean, when you wake up again in the morning, you'll know you've been deemed worthy. Unfortunately, the gong is broken, so first, you'll need to find a way to fix it, and since it's made of weird steel, that's not going to be easy, is it? Fortunately, Oshbrit should be able to help you. A little bird told me he likes to play with weird steel when nobody's looking. Just tell him I sent you, and he won't give you any trouble. Then you'll have to find someone smarter than me, because I already told you everything I know. Well, I'm not going to lie. From what I've heard, many people never woke up. They fell into eternal slumber, so that's why we abandoned the tradition. And those who woke up were changed, and none of them ever wanted to say exactly what happened there. Well, of course they tried. It turns out that the keepers who passed the ritual could hold it longer than anyone else. Maybe it'll be enough for what you need, and maybe something entirely different will happen. It's your risk and your decision. Go, and may the southern wind be in your favor. If you need anything from the old captain, you know where to find me.
Тебе нужен меч, вот ты, говорит, его и доставай.
Riordan's back, and with the Dalrita, no less. Bold move. Let's hope he knows what he's doing, or the keep's going to be in for one hell of a mess.
Why would you want to fix it? Do you even know what it is?
Take some advice from an old man. If there's a giant, ancient statue that somebody tried to turn to dust, they must have had a good reason for it.
Well, if you put it that way, then I suppose I have to tell you the truth. Otherwise, the terror from the sea will bite me in the ass while I bathe.
Of course I can fix it. I've been doing this kind of thing since I could swing a hammer. It's a skill we pass down from master to apprentice, generation to generation. Nothing fancy, just good old blacksmithing. Obviously, though, you'd have to bring me a couple things so that I can actually do it.
Замок. Хочу пойдет. Ой. Спать.
How did you, Oh, forget it. I don't even want to know. Just give me a moment.
Here. That should do it. Do whatever you need to, if you're really sure about this. But please try to come back alive.
I have nothing to tell you. I could try to talk you out of it, but I'm guessing that wouldn't work.
Что там такое должно произойти? Неужто бой с очередной предтечью? Ну, поставь там. Ночью, правда, ничего не видно. Угу. Меня сожрала какая-то тварь. Отлично.
Who dares disturb my peace? You made an oath never to summon me again.
Ты кто такой, мать твою?
Excalibur. Wait. Is it really you? You, who come from a time beyond. Show yourself before me. It seems he speaks to me. Allow me to answer him. Welcome, old friend. I can see that you know me, but I am a mere shadow of my true self. I don't remember you, Lord of the Seas. Forgive me. That's what you told me, my friend. The next time we see each other, you will not remember me. But you are here now. The will and the power led you back to this place. Even in this incomplete form. Where should I look for myself? I wish to restore Avalon to its former glory, yet I don't know how. Avalon's fate has never rested upon one person alone, not even one as great as King Arthur. Yet here you are, trying again, restless and eager to take the responsibility again. I salute you, my friend. Tell me what I must do to be worthy to lead Avalon once more. I do not think I have the strength. Your path is true. Seek wholeness, and Avalon will reveal what it needs from you. And yes, you need to touch Excalibur. Thank you, my friend. And you, mortal. You have given yourself to the King's service. You are worthy of a place among the keepers of the South. Arthur, take out your sword and fear no failure. It is yours to take. It always was. I deem you worthy, my friend. The promise I gave thy mother is fulfilled, and thus our pact is ended. You know where to look for your soul. Trust yourself. And when you reach your journey's end, I trust you will make the right choice.
Очень интересно.
Yes, it seems we knew each other well during the war. And this proves that I sought allies beyond our own forces. And I trusted him enough to carry the knowledge of Excalibur. This must count for something.
Ну окей. Ну что, давайте мне Экскалибур. Пора.
What a nice day.
О. Ни хрена себе. Ну, он даровал мне благословение. Только я все равно помираю.
Hope nothing bad happens today.
I am his will, the fire that bends the world to his command. I am the blade that shapes kings and shatters tyrants.
Enough, Merlin. You can't keep throwing lives into this abyss. These experiments, they're destroying what remains of us.
Destroying us? They're what's keeping us alive. Do you think the Four Dwellers will stop for pity or mercy? Every soul we lose here saves 10 more on the battlefield. You told me to do this. You sanctioned this. And I'm close to getting it right. I know it.
No, we can't justify this. There's no victory worth such a cost.
You know full well, Arthur, that this isn't about victory. It's about survival. If we don't push these boundaries, there will be no future for your kingdom, for Avalon. You dream of peace, but without victory, there will be no peace to dream of. The path ahead is brutal, but if we relent now, we lose everything.
And yet we keep losing people and gaining nothing in return. We must change the path.
They volunteered for this.
They volunteered to save our kingdom, and you've got no closer to doing it. Their sacrifices cannot be in vain, Merlin. Find another way. Use your mind, your wisdom. Leave this slaughterhouse you've created behind.
A different way. That will take time, and resources we may not have. The enemy won't wait.
They will if I make them. Whatever it takes, I will buy you that time. Find me a weapon that wins this war without annihilating what we fight to protect.
Whatever it takes.
Yes. Let it be known that it was my decision, and I will bear the consequences of it.
Oh no, my king. People can never know. It was all my idea, and you knew nothing about it. All of us have our role to play. You are the leader, and they need to love you. If we win, you need to become more than a man. You need to become a symbol.
Вы нашли новый осколок души короля, скрытый потенциал. Откройте меню, чтобы смотреть дерево нового королевской души. Или отправляйте костер, чтобы развить новые способности. Ага. Как я понимаю, прям здесь могу.
Merlin saw Avalon for what it was long before the rest of us. He told me that Tintagel wouldn't hold, not forever. That the weirdness would gnaw at our walls, at our minds, at our very bones, until nothing human remained. But he still fought to map a way forward, to carve some sense into this land. And in the end, the land swallowed him whole anyway. We were losing the battle at Tuathan's mouth, our last push before the weirdness took the field. Merlin was with us, bleeding, exhausted, but still weaving his spells. Then it came. Not a beast, not a man, not something we ever had words for. A shadow, wearing 1,000 torn banners, moving like it had no shape of its own. Merlin raised his staff, spoke a name I didn't recognize. And then he was gone. Not killed, not struck down, just gone. Like the land itself had taken him back.
То есть хочешь сказать, Мерлин свалил?
Before you judge me, it all seems so obvious now, doesn't it? The right thing to do. It wasn't back then, and you can trust me on that. We were on the brink of losing the war, and wars aren't won with wishful thinking. There was no clean path, no noble answer. Only the weight of reality pressing down on our necks. Something had to be done, or everything we fought for would have been in vain. And in the end, the ones who stepped forward, who chose to pay the price, made it possible. And their deaths gave Merlin the knowledge he needed to finish his work. To find something that could really turn the tide in our favor. Justified? No. Justification is for those who have the luxury of doubt. And I had a kingdom to save. They were brave men who volunteered their lives, just as they did every time we rode onto the battlefield. The difference was that if Merlin succeeded, one man's sacrifice could have saved us all, could have ended the war before more blood was spilled. If sacrificing a few meant the survival of all, then there was no choice at all. Maybe they never saw justice. Maybe their real stories were erased from history. Call it cruelty. Call it madness. But if I'd done nothing, there would be no Avalon left to argue over. But the kingdom still stands. The people live. And that has to mean something. I did. But this wasn't about pride. It wasn't about saving face. It was about survival. The truth about all this would have broken my people. I couldn't allow that. And a king doesn't get to flinch. If that meant carrying the weight alone, so be it. I would make that choice again if I had to. I told him to stop the experiments on our men, but to keep going. And he did. He started experimenting on the Four Dwellers, the enemy. If their bodies could be broken down, their power turned against them, wasn't that their own doing? Wasn't that fair? So he figured out how to twist the Four Dwellers' power into something we could wield. I told him to conquer the weirdness. And in the end, he did. He found a way to make me stronger. Stronger than any man had the right to be. It wasn't just magic. It was something deeper, older. A force that reshaped me. And with it, we won. The war ended. Avalon was ours. The bloodshed stopped. The banners were raised. And the kingdom stood safe. That's the question, isn't it? I keep thinking about Seawall. He was ready to pay the ultimate price for what we were fighting for. And I thought he did. I grieved him. told myself his sacrifice had meaning, that he had given his life for Avalon. And now, after all these years, finding him like this, I told myself I carried the weight of my choices. But seeing him, I wonder if I ever truly did. It was supposed to be a reminder. The sword was never just steel. It was a symbol of what we stood for. Strength, justice, the will to carve a path forward. A weapon, yes, but also a promise. I wanted them to remember, to fight for those ideals, to uphold them, even when I was gone. Even when there was no king left to lead them.
You've got that look again, like you've seen something you wish you hadn't. Another piece of the king's soul reclaimed, right? What did it show you this time? Merlin. Ah, Merlin and his obsession with the weirdness. The king thought it could save us. Merlin thought it could be controlled. Together, they were willing to tear the world apart to win. I was a prototype for Merlin's latest idea, immortality. Me and Seawall, the king's loyal pawns. Used and discarded when they found a better way. When they decided to go even deeper into their madness and turn our king into a monster. Fight back. Against who? Merlin? The king? You don't fight gods when you're just a pawn on their board. You endure. You wait. And when the time comes, you either break, or you're left to clean up their mess. That's what I do. What I've always done. Even if he didn't, he should have. He was desperate to win. And desperation doesn't leave room for conscience. Every scream, every scar. Even if he didn't see it, he allowed it. That's as good as approving it. Seawall was Merlin's first attempt. I was the last. We could say I was lucky, but to say that would take a truly macabre sense of humor, don't you think? Of course he'd say that. There's always a scapegoat and a convenient excuse for men like him. But it doesn't absolve him. Not when he was the one who unleashed this madness on all of us. He wanted victory, no matter the cost. And when you want something that badly, you stop looking too closely at what's being done in your name. And, after all, who said we were supposed to win this war? Who said we were supposed to survive? The monsters, the weirdness, the chaos. All of it leads back to them. We're left in the ruins of their grand plans, trying to uphold their ideals, fighting for what never was. It's time to bury all these fairy tales in a well-deserved grave. And that's what I do. You've seen what they did, what he did. And that's not the end of the story. It's not the extent of their sins. Find the pieces of his soul. Put him back together, if that's what it takes. And then we, or I alone, if you decide to defy me, can end the cycle. Either way, we will get to his resurrection. I've seen it too many times to believe the cycle will be broken before it happens. But know this, once he's whole, Arthur's power, his mistakes, and his madness will all return. And when that moment comes, I'll be there. Whether to stand with you, or step over you. The choice is yours. Just remember that when that happens, and you stand by his side, there won't be room for both of you. Start. You've already started. But if you want the next piece, head to Kunacht. The Menhir there is failing. The weirdness swallowing what's left of the village. You will need to find another artifact. The shield our king gave to Palamedes. He was one of the king's finest. A voice of reason amidst the madness. But it didn't save him or his legacy from what they had coming. Find the shield. And then, well, we will meet again. We'll see if your perspective changes.
Я думаю, мы медь заберем. Ладно, друзья, давайте сохранимся. Что я уже засыпаю. И что-то опять же все лагает. Соответственно, Хан лагает, Tainted, Grail лагает. Все лагает. Короче, никуда не годится. Ладно, друзья. На сегодня стрим закончим. Если что, продолжим на неделю. Все. Всем пока.